Now that we've reached the month of May, news items around the Ontario Hockey League are starting to quiet down a little bit because the focus now shifts to the OHL Championship, which gets underway Thursday night, and also preparations for the CHL Memorial Cup, which is taking place in Saginaw. So there were a couple of news items that have come about that I wanted to touch on. So this video might be a little shorter than usual, but let's start things off with Landon Sim of the London Knights. He was handed a 5-game suspension as a result of an incident that happened against the Saginaw Spirit in Game 5. And his camp, they wanted to see if the league would reduce that suspension. So they went to OHL Commissioner David Branch. And after speaking with the commissioner, David Branch has confirmed that the suspension was firm and final. So it will not be reduced from the 5 games. So what happened is that there were some words exchanged in the warm-up between Landon Sim and Braden Hache, the captain of the Saginaw Spirit. There was also some pushing and shoving at the center ice area, and the referees sent in a report to the league office and resulted in this 5-game suspension. And David Branch also went on to say that because the suspension is under 10 games, it cannot be appealed. So it stands at 5 games. Landon Sim has already served 1 of the 5 games, which means he won't be eligible to return until Game 5 of the OHL Championship Series against the Oshawa Generals. So just digging a little bit more into the situation, the comment was made towards Hache was said to have violated both the diversity program and the pregame warm-up policy by body checking an opposing player during warm-up. So something was said to Braden Hache that was jotted down. And also the contact before the game and the warm-up resulted in this suspension. So it's a tough break for the London Knights as Landon Sim, a big player, a part of the offense of this London Knights team. So we'll see how they handle his absence. Although I said in the preview video for the OHL final that this London Knights team has a next man up mentality. So I don't really see this affecting them all too much. But they are also missing Caleb Lawrence, who's also issued a 5-game suspension for an incident as well that happened in Game 5 against the Saginaw Spirit. So that's 2 key players who will be out of the lineup for London when that series gets underway on Thursday night. And as we get ready for that OHL championship, if you haven't been able to follow what's been going on in the Quebec League or in the Western Hockey League, they're also at their point of starting their championship series. In the QMJHL, it's the Baie-Comeau Drakkar taking on the Drummondville Voltigeurs. It's actually a fascinating situation because the Drakkar, they've never won the Quebec Championship, the President's Trophy. So it'd be kind of neat to see a new team appearing at the Memorial Cup. So we have that option coming out of Quebec. And in the Western Hockey League, we have the Moose Jaw Warriors up against the Portland Winterhawks. And Moose Jaw, another team that has never won the Ed Chenoweth Trophy for the Western Hockey League champions. So they've never been to a Memorial Cup. So if you look at it, we could have 3 out of the 4 teams have never won a Memorial Cup before. Moose Jaw, Baie-Comeau, and of course the Saginaw Spirit, they're the host. They've never been to the Memorial Cup either. So it's kind of cool to see these new teams appear. Obviously, Oshawa, London, they both have lengthy histories in the Canadian Hockey League and have appeared at several Memorial Cup championships. So that's just where things stand going into this championship series weekend for the Canadian Hockey League. And I wanted to end the news items on a positive note because Mason Vaccari, he has won the Dan Snyder Memorial Trophy. So the Kingston Frontenacs goaltender, he's been named Humanitarian of the Year for his campaign called Mason's Miracles. He raised more than $13,000 for the pediatric wing at the Kingston Health Sciences Center. So a job well done to Mason Vaccari. For 2023-24, the season, he ended up donating 50 cents a save to the campaign. And of course, community members could also match his contributions, which totaled for his save count was 1,458. So great job there for Vaccari. He's also the 3rd Frontenac to ever win the Dan Snyder Memorial Trophy. He joins the likes of Andrew Raycroft, who won it in 2000, and also David Ling in 1995. So congratulations to Mason Vaccari. The runner-up, though, was Ty Nelson of the North Bay Battalion for his efforts this year with the Community Living North Bay. So it's really cool just to see how players in the Ontario Hockey League give back to the communities they play in, We saw that as well here with the Bo's buddies with the Barrie Colts, Bo Jelsma, Bo Akey, partnering with fans who are able to come out and come to their very first hockey game for many of them. So it was really cool to see the Bo's Buddy campaign. I did an interview earlier this season with Bo Jelsma and Bo Akey talking about the initiative. So that's worth a check, as I think it's really special to see what players are doing across the Canadian Hockey League, because they're able to give back to their community. That's what junior hockey is all about. It's about playing the games and being competitive, yes, but at the same time, it's really special to see these players embracing the communities that they play in, like Mason Vaccari and Ty Nelson, who both got recognized for their humanitarian efforts this year. So that's how I see it from the booth. I know this is a shorter news video, but can't wait to get the OHL Championship Series underway. And of course, TSN is going to be broadcasting those games. So it'll be put nationally here in Canada. And I'm sure it'll also be broadcast in Michigan and Pennsylvania, which host OHL teams as well. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for all your support. And we'll talk to you again soon.